Guys, this is like the third time I'm recording this video. So, hey guys, hey guys. So, welcome back to another video. It has been a while, and that's because I just got back from school. I've been at home for like a week now, and I've got news for you. The Profem account I've been trading, 5K Profem account I've been trading for 3 months. I have officially loaned it. That been, you see the equity curve was just slowly trickling down to the max drawdown. I can say I did everything right on this account, obviously with some mistakes here and there, but mostly I can say I did a good job. I followed my rules. September, October, November, those last 3 months have not been the best for trading because that's when I experienced the biggest losing streak using this strategy, RD concepts, liquidity supply and demand. And although I know I'm not as experienced as RD or Mango, Arga, but to an extent I know what I'm doing because I obviously passed an account I passed the Profem accounts using this strategy, but I lost this account because I was using the school's Wi-Fi to trade. In my school, Covenant University, we're not allowed to bring our phones. So any external devices that has a mobile hotspot or good network, it's not allowed in the school. If you get caught, you get expelled or suspended for like a year. They are that strict. So I had to rely on the school's Wi-Fi to trade. And for some reason, MT5 was not opening using the school's network. So I couldn't trade the Profem account that I passed at home. I lost the account because of the inactivity rule. If you're not able to place a trade or trade on that account for like 1 week, for a week, the account is gone. So that's how I lost my only funded account and had to focus on the 5K account I was trading at the moment. I didn't get any payouts from that funded. I was so pissed that I had to resume school after I had just passed the funded account because I had a feeling this was going to happen. I had a feeling school's Wi-Fi was going to mess me up. But anyhow, I was able to trade the 5K account because I wasn't using MT5. I was using a web-based broker, Match Trader. I was going to the web to place trades there. Based on my back testing session and the data I've collected so far during my forward testing, I've noticed that my most profitable session is the London session from 7 a.m. to around 12 p.m. Nigerian time. And the problem is that this is where I have most of my classes. I have classes every day, and most of those classes begin at 8 a.m. So I usually miss winning trades that show up at London session and catch losing trades at around New York Open, around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. That's when I miss the winning trades and catch the losing trades. So this just led to a slow decline of my account. That was basically the highlight of losing. Let's check my journal. The last 2 trades I took on this on the account. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is my third attempt of recording this because my laptop just crashed as I was in the flow of talking, man. Just crashed and I had to start all over. Man. Okay, so this is it over here. You can see my journal. Loss. I was eating losses back to back. Eating losses, man. But the last 2 trades, I think I had $25 left on this 5K account. So the $25, I decided to risk it all on this CHF trade that is about to show you right here. So this is a good setup, as you can see. Like, if you have no other context whatsoever, this is a good setup, an A+ setup that I should have won. But problem was, this was on Friday, and I knew I took this trade even though it was reacting of a 4-hour key level support resistance area, whatever. I still decided to take my chances of this trade. So it's going to profit, and because it was the end of the week, I moved my stop loss to break even, and by the time the new week's open, it quickly went up and stopped me out as break even. But I still consider this as a win because I did not lose any money. I ended up as break even, and I made the right choice. The money I still had left, I decided to risk it on a NAS long setup. So this is the setup over here. Oh my god, Notion. So this is setup over here. This was also an A+ setup. So me, it looks so good, but you can't see the full context here. But let me show you the setup properly in full. NAS 100 now. So why I was inclined to take buys on NAS was because this Now, as we all know, is a bullish instrument. Usually, most of the time, it's always going up. It is always going up. So at the time, I saw this huge move downwards, but it reacted off this made up like some sort of double bottom over here. Plus, it broke a lower high. So the three confluences I had, NAS is usually bullish instrument. Number two, made a double bottom. Number three, we broke above a previous high. And in my head, I was looking for buys because we are obviously pushing upwards. So we continue to break more and more highs. We made a retracement and we broke above this high. So the only value liquidity supply and demand setup I saw was this one over here. It was a one candle liquidity, but it gave a nice fake out reaction and swept it in one clean move, gave a tapped out zone, and I entered on the flip because I think this showed up was what time did this show up? This showed up on 10:30, yeah. So that was a new 30-minute candle open. So I entered on the flip. I was targeting the next level of liquidity over here. But lo and behold, I got destroyed by this huge DD candle. So we call it the Drake candle, but I like to call it the DD candle. Like, it just came out of nowhere, wrecked my stop loss. And I wrecked my stop loss and didn't even go all the way to TP, but this trade should not have lost in my opinion. But the market can do whatever it wants. All we can do is to keep following our plan. This is how most trade setups I entered were playing out. I was taking A plus setup. Like, there was nothing wrong with this trade setup. Nothing wrong. We already made the switch to the upside by writing up that key level and breaking above this high. But just out of nowhere, man, lost. And I ended up, that was the last trade I took on the account. That was the trade that ended up destroying my account, wrecked my account. As you can see, I swear I risked $20 on this. I risked $20 on this, but the slippage are called, like, that's the problem I have with 5 minutes. The slippages can be so crazy, so insane. You can risk $30 and lose $40. It's so wild, man. It's so wild. So it took me out and ended up in a loss. I think RD also took this. I saw it on the story. He also took this trade and lost. And I felt happy about that because not because he lost, but because it means that my trades also was starting to think like I'm starting to take the trades he's taking. I didn't even know he was taking this now straight up until I saw it on the story. So at least that's a good thing. Yeah, my trades are starting to align with my mentor's own. So that's a good sign in my opinion. Okay, so let's move over to the setup I'm currently in on GJ and AJ. Now this is a demo account. Since I've blown my account, I don't think I'm going to be getting any new Profem accounts for the remainder of this year. So I'm going to wait until next year till I get a new account. So but for the meantime, I'm just going to be practicing on demo. Yeah, so GJ currently obviously on uptrend, well above the 200 EMA. We formed this double bottom over here, first tap here, second tap here, and we broke above this lower high here. Broke above this lower high. Let me mark it out. Guess you guys can't see for some reason. So we broke above this lower high here. Now this should have been a flip entry. But at the time I saw it, the candle was already about to close. I just ended at the candle close. The reason why this should have been a flip entry was because it was these rejections were already deep into the zone, and whenever we get a deep rejections into our zones, we usually like to wait for, or it's better to enter a flip entry because our stop loss is at a safer distance away from price. So if if we enter the flip entry and price still comes this deep into our zone, it means the trade is still going to lose anyway. So might as well just get in at a better entry. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but that's literally the logic behind it. You enter as soon as the candle turns into your direction. So as in this case, I should have entered after the candle made this week. As soon as it turned bullish over here, I should have entered the trade, and this I would have been up. If I got the proper entry, I would have been up. If I got the proper entry, I would have been up about 2 hours already, and I would have targeted this high. It would have been a clean and easy win, but I have to tell you this high. You know, you get what I mean? You get what I mean? So yeah, that's it. That's it. Um, but instead, I saw this late, so I entered of the close. So I'm just targeting a 2R, plain easy 2R. Hopefully, this it. I send this out to my Telegram group. You guys should join. You guys should join. The link is in my description. Okay, so yeah, I sent it out before I played out on my Telegram group. I literally said another trace setup spotted on GG. Two similar setups. Talking about AJ in the previous. Two similar setups. You want to take this one, wait for bullish confirmation card before entering. You try to send the setup out before it's played out, and aiming for a 2 hour, sent it out on the group. Also, the one on ADJPY, also sent it out before it's playing out. So obviously, currently playing out. The setup on ADJPY. That's a similar setup with GJ, but I like this one better because it has way more confluences. The first confluence is that we are reacting off a valid liquidity supply and demand setup already. So we are already stacking up. We're already stacking off demand zones. We are clearly bullish on AD JPY. We are well above the 200 level EMA. Well above the 200 level EMA, and we reacted off this demand zone. Although we invalidated it, but we still made a push to the upside. We broke above this high over here, and liquidity, clean liquidity, we swept it, made the tap, and we entered targeting the next external high because we have made a decent retracement after breaking. Yeah, so this is a good enough retracement, plus this double bottom being formed here is also a good sign. We don't want to break new lows, so I'm constantly making new highs by failing to break new lows. So this is a good enough retracement for me. We reacted off the lowest zone of this entire move, and it's literally the best place to make a new higher high by breaking above this high over here. So I think I like this setup better than GG. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be taking trades, valid trades on A plus trades on my demo account, trying to just refine my skills. I found out about RD concepts around July. July. And to be fair, ever since I found that guy, my trading has transformed. I am way more consistent than before, because you can see that I was just losing. And I did not really have a set strategy that I was following. I was just trading randomly. I had a couple of YouTubers that I was following, but they did not really have the level of clarity that RD, Mango, and other traders like Arga, Ben FX, different guys that I'm really grateful for. I've seen immense progress in my psychology, my trading, taking quality setups, and not really feeling stressed when entering a losing streak, because I've literally experienced the worst of it. So I don't really feel stressed when the trade loses, or I feel happy when it wins. Obviously, who won't be happy if a trade wins? But I'm not the one to lose myself and start over risking and all. So that's it, guys. A little bit of update on where I am currently. Hopefully my laptop doesn't crash this time and I have to record this for the first time. So let me quickly save this. The next video I'll probably update you on how this trade set up, how this trade eventually went. So don't forget to stay frosty. Peace.